Hello boys, my name is Kiliyoshi and welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch. In the last episode we left off getting some 4+ weapons on Grand Travel's map, but in doing so, and actually looking at a couple of other things anyways, we found out that we cannot skip this particular blockage. Well, to that I say ha. By using the golden train, we can use whichever character we want, so this Cucco mission is now going to be extremely easy. And the reason why I do that is because any character beyond level 60 is probably going to struggle a lot unless they have a level like 150 or higher. Really, it's that bad, so I'm using this golden train because that'll allow me to use Sheik on the map instead, which is much considerably quicker. The other one that I'm about to do, I won't be able to skip, but I could do a secondary backup strategy of all simply swapping the character's weapon to be better, because, to be honest, I don't think anybody wants to play as Lana with a spear. Beyond that, all we need is South Rockface Keep in here, which is all the way down at the bottom. We don't even need to take it. And we are in the semi-traitor mission. Not the actual traitor mission, but a little bit different. It's defeat the enemy commanders, but treason breaks out on the ranks. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, stop interrupting me for like a split second, game. That was just so unlucky there. I am resetting just because of that. They freaking interrupted me like 2 times in a row. Okay, that's it. To ensure that doesn't happen again, let's do this and then put down this barrier so that I will not get interrupted. That was just unlucky. I got chained like 3 times. And here I am normally able to do stuff a lot more simpler than this. Alright. Got rid of Link. Alright. According to Phi, our probability of survival is very low. I think not. You're just being cheeky. Because you think you could beat me easily. But yeah. That's... Funnily enough, a lot of my fails and restarts so far, which haven't even been full fails, has just been because I happen to get really unlucky with a pattern that just hits me right off the bat, and I don't like taking a lot of damage right off the bat, so I reset that just so I could get a couple of other stuff. Okay, so that takes care of the Dark Nuts. We need to get at least 1200 KOs, so we're doing that in this side of the map while we can. And then probably gonna get the warp set up too. Again, this whole mission is supposed to be done with Tingle. I am doing it with Sheik instead because you can use this trick to effectively make any of the missions very easy. I'm gonna skip this one this time. I guess the only thing I really will get is head over here and defeat this, get this owl first and then try and head over here. I didn't think that this alley would also be so far away, so it's gonna take a little while. This one, because of the differences that happen, it can be kind of mixed whether or not you want to actually go for a specific opponent or not. Alright, I should have gotten it in time, just barely. The gear, yeah, to deal with. We can't skip his animation since we are on solo. So each time I do that, I literally lose around 10 seconds due to having to wait for that to end before I can do any more damage to him. Okay, at least I could use one of the warps. It's a good thing they put warps on this map, because this is another really long map. No, not quite as long as... It's still pretty long in its own way. I just realized, is this like a regular... Not a regular mission, but something else? I don't know. Also, I think the setup for this is mislabeled. Because it says defeat the copycat soldiers, but why would there be... Oh, I just realized I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. Well, now I'm very confused now what to do. Alright. I think what I actually need is absolutely nothing, because I didn't see anything else that I could do. Yeah, I can't find any magic. Great, I'm gonna have to use again another magic fountain plus. Take this earth. This is why I never didn't crush Vocal, by the way. He just hits up way too fast. You can take him down just as fast though, just using basic attacks and stuff. That's really how you're supposed to get him down. I just realized the setup is mislabeled. Labeled. Because if South Rockface Keep is down the right side area, then it may have mentioned the wrong keep. Ugh. Because this is a food one, you know what that will mean, right? Yep, that's right, folks. What that means is I'm gonna have to once again go in and check every individual keep to make sure I'm not missing something, because if that was a mistake made by them, then that's bad. I actually didn't even see what was on here. What's crazy is this was initially showing off as like a completely different battle. Like, this other section mentions that it's for balloon number 4, Tingle. But it's not defeat the copycat soldiers, it's something else instead. Ugh. Well, that's a bit awkward. I don't know about you, but I don't want to miss something, so I'm gonna have to do the alt strat, which is probably gonna annoy a lot of people, and it's probably gonna be like, why are you not just going for the boss? Because I can't really do that effectively if I can't figure out exactly where this item is. But because my guide won't tell me about it, I pretty much am forced to hit every single thing until I get done with it. I don't care about them fleas. As long as they don't get to my base, I'm fine. I'm more focused right now on trying to find this darn fairy food, wherever it may be. And yes, I know that because of being smart, because I've seen Rockface Keep before, and it's definitely not a keep name in Skyloft at all. In fact, now I think of it, I could be on the wrong map. Right. Okay, no, it is on Grand Travels. It's just... It's really odd, though. Okay, well, I'm about to save that keep since I'm gonna be going there in a matter of minutes. Goodness, they're both in danger now. Yes, that's what I get for not knowing where my item is. Watch, I'm probably gonna be... Oh, never mind, there's the food. Oh wait, it was just up here. Okay, so there was a South Rock Face Keep, it was just all the way up here for some reason. I was like, super confused. Okay, so part of that was my own fault, probably, just for not knowing a lot in general of how the Skylot map is laid out. But now I'm going to take my anger out on Vi a bit. And meanwhile, I just completely wreck her, using the rest of my extreme meshes to take her out. It was so busted just being able to instantly knock down a captain without having to rely on the RNG of them, instead of having to do an attack before their weak point will reveal. So I was correct about this. It just said it was mislabeled though as challenge battle. He's gonna have to fix that, because oh my gosh. That, like, threw me off for a split second. Maybe the actual challenge battle mission is for a mission completely different. Either way, I got the liquid fire bullet, that's all that matters. I could have just skipped the food altogether anyway, but I chose to get it, because I still like showing that off. And now for the last thing that the Golden Train could do right now, and that is, getting this one. Now this one's gonna be interesting. We're still gonna do the mission with Lana. I'm just gonna show off the alternative use of the effect setup, which in this game can also allow you to... By the way, I'm gonna get her to lay AD so she doesn't die super quick. To not use a weak weapon and instead use a weapon that you like a bit more. Speaking of which, since apparently I had not gotten it up yet, let's do this. No wait, not this. The Smithy is what I want. Because they've probably been wanting to do this for a while, but anyway. We'll just pop everything we can on here. At least experience, ideally more. Oh yeah, right, I have that. I'll just slap that on as well. Compatriot I've had for a very long time. It's probably the better of the other skills that isn't a normal skill. And will help out a tiny bit. Not the best, it doesn't do the most damage, but it'll increase my damage if I take more keeps, so... If it's a keep mission, yeah, that'll work really well for that. Yeah, that's about all I want to do, if that. I'll just stop now. She has a 5,000 skill I can put on it as well, but I haven't had the ability to put it on yet. Alright, now we do the mission, but with her, pain instead. And yes, you can do that. You can use this as an effect to just change to a better weapon that you do more damage with. Which will help considerably because, well, let's be honest, I don't like when we have to deal with stuff like this. And we have, of course, the classic. Speaking of which, right as I say that it's going to be a mission that requires to catch keeps, oh boy, here comes the turncoats again. I'm gonna skip that first part, because I need to capture all the keeps anyways. I could always come back for him later. If I could say I'll take that from outside of its phase, I could use that as a backup. Okay. Okay, because of that, I can't see if Turncoat Leader appeared, and sure enough it did. Now I have to go back. Okay, that's the first one. Oh, great. The glitch version again. That's not fun. Oh, there's one of our items. Oh, but we missed the other one that was in Southwest Sage Keep. I'm going to just... Later I can remember that. Which is the one we just passed. And instead... Oh, I think I missed the chest too. Okay, that one at least remembered that one. Not remembering that one would be really bad. Okay. Yes, this is our solo mission, in case you didn't notice. I'm not changing characters on purpose because I want to keep the main stuff going. The delay. Okay, I don't think that... Oh. See, look at that. That's the most annoying part of the mission, is when you go through the entire setup only to find out that you've gotten delayed for the thing that you actually want to do. And here comes the favorite part. Turncoat soldiers are decimating Lyco's forces. Well, that won't happen for very long, because in a minute, once I get a chance to, I will take out the other leaders pretty soon. Save that guy while I'm at it, even though I do not need the save allies anymore. This is close enough to where I could just walk to it, I guess. Thankfully they'll take a bit longer than usual to get to the base due to other stuff. Alright. And you can tell that I like doing other stuff when I end up going all the way to the keep and then the leader spots, because it did the trick or whatever where it doesn't tell me that I've leader defeated, which is a bit annoying. That's just what we have to deal with though at this point. Well, this has to have a leader in it, because if it wasn't, it would be absolutely silly. Kill him and then warp to the next spot. Probably guard our forces up top next. Oh, this bullcrap again. Thankfully, I think I could deal with it because there's no one is in the base yet, and it'll take them a really long time to actually properly storm it. So. I don't have the same boost as I usually do. Yeah, I don't really care about Icy Big Foe. Enough. Because in addition to the other stuff, they actually flee the first time before they actually storm your base, so it takes an awful long time for them to actually complete the storming of the allied base, which is the main reason why I don't necessarily need to do this the same way. But anyway, I'll drop one keep in here. Okay, well now that makes things a bit more interesting. Jeez. This one! Okay. I'm actually kind of panicky because Young Link is my commander. We can't let him die. Because I was so worried about other stuff that I didn't notice that he was getting attacked. What's funny is I already guarded him as much as I could, and okay, well, he's fine in terms of regular stuff. Okay, I have to get a quick attack now on him. Seems like that wasn't gonna happen. Oh, Toon Link! Oh, Toon Link's being a... Toon Zelda, rather, is being a bro right now. I think he actually healed our, secondary character there. Okay. I guess that's one way to finish off the battle. It's not what I had in mind, but I guess I didn't mean to press the magic button either. I wanted to do another extreme crush, but I started by accident. That'll happen more often than not. Anyways, we got our Sun Pharaon spear out of the way. Hopefully we don't have to use the spear ever again. The reason why I say that is because Spear is one of the slowest weapons in the entire game, and has also become one of my least favorite weapons. Other than the intro that we used it in, it just doesn't do that much damage at all. It's not useful enough to be useful in anything. That's just the hard truth about it. So, hopefully with this, if we do use that weapon, it'll be at least more interesting. And time to go up top. Because a big thing that I want to do is actually unlock the different missions, so I can get a use of the golden train. Otherwise, what am I? Not able to do certain stuff then? Okay. Well, now that's done with. Let's go back to... Who's it? We need, I'll do Sia, actually. Then we need Darunia. We'll go for the top one first, since it's in a slightly easier part of the map. Not to mention, it's one of the better ones. Twilight Midna's level 4 weapon, which she'll definitely need. This is an odd one. Alright. That was quick. Done in a matter of minutes. This might be better to just use Extreme Crush on its own, and I think I picked the right thing for that. Almost all of them were. Two of them were Dark Light Element there, so we were able to defeat them much quicker. Alright. Next we have a Warriors of Skyloft with no seemingly requirements at the moment, but might have something else that we don't know about. Okay, no, that's just, it is just the everything. Of course, it is a one-character mission, but thankfully we can pick which character this time. This one just needs 60 RKOs for the A rank. That's about it. That was a very quick KO of Medley there. Oh, it's this one again. Well, let's start dealing with this first. Alright. Since we have to deal with nothing in this one, I could just focus on the main problem, which is actually getting the items. Meanwhile, Volga's gonna move towards there and create a magic circle for us. Fire Captain is trying to do something right now. Okay, good. It's quite interesting when you get to see this. Alright. There's a high probability that our allies will not pull through. Well, then. So that's what Fi thinks about that. Alright. I want to waste energy using yet another one of these other effects when I could just take him out decently quickly on its own anyway. So I'll just take out the Stellaster at fairly easy magic, so that way I could save time using that and focus instead on using the Extreme Crush part. And yes, in this one you actually want to do this main objective, unlike ours where it's like, use the Bomb Chew to defeat this opponent. Well, it's not necessarily that useful. This one, it is useful to defeat the major opponent, because if you don't, the only reason why I went for Sia is because I'm pretty sure Fi was going to be the commander anyways, which meant he was also light, which means using Sia as the light element, she would have the advantage in this fight. So, main reason why I picked her. Anyways, it was a big toss-up. I'm guessing Giriam would appear if you pick Fi instead, but I appeared that time. Oh, that's the one I want to keep. Same for that. What do I actually want to get rid of? This. That's not useful enough, and so is that. Alright. I want to at least attempt to enhance the weapons, but other than the stuff that we do in specific areas, they're probably not going to be useful. Okay, the heart container means I have to use Twilight Vanilla at least once. So it might be something I actually have to just do on my own. Classic. I don't have the item I need. Should have thought of this before going to this. Alright. Okay, just as I thought, so well... I'm gonna take it on face first this time. I don't really have a choice here. There's a heart container that Twilight Vanilla needs, but she's already strong on her own, so I think she could do it if we ensure that she has effect on every single thing. I think the thing we should do, by the way, I guess, while we're here is maybe get some kills on that, but that's about all I want to do. Basically, a solo with a character that I can't really skip out with this time. The only reason I'm choosing not to skip out of this one is because of that annoying heart container to skip having to play the mission a second time. More of these again. Or whatever the session is. Oh, this is where the pot is. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we got it. So the biggest thing I need to do with this is to ensure they're always in a magic barrier, otherwise they're gonna take way too long to take out. It's very important, so because of a weaker character and a couple of other things, I'm gonna probably play it a little bit safer than usual. Defeating enemies bit by bit, making sure all the other enemies are taken out, and everything else. For instance, taking out Tingle to prevent the recruitment, because I don't want to deal with that. Lakeside Keep is all the way up the top, by the way. I can even use an Extreme Crush on Tingle if I want. I don't think I'll do that, though. I could just use this instead. The Bridge of Doom. I guess if you're actually speaking of logical terms, that's the Bridge of Twilight, basically. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, though, that she uses a bridge at all in her attacks. Oh, there's also a Dynafloss advancing to do the same thing. Okay, I ended up using Extreme Crush anyway. Oh my gosh, she's still not dead. There we go. Now let's go up and deal with the enemies next. Now the only reason why I'm doing this is just so I'll be safer. And we have the Duelia play. That's a ton of kills there. For Twilight Vanilla, this Wolf attack, after revealing it quite a bit, is probably our best attack for dealing with heroes without the use of the other items. Okay, now that I've gotten a lot of KOs, I don't necessarily need to go back for the middle KO setup. In fact, I'll probably stop taking out other enemies using that once I defeat that enemy that you see right there. And I'll use the thing to go back if I need to, but I shouldn't need to do that. I'm going up here first, because why the heck not? We have to defeat both of them anyway. So because we defeated a lot of their troops, it'll take a while for them to do other stuff. Alright. According to Alexei, I think Young Link is gonna make short work of us when we face him. How about we're gonna... That's not right. In fact, we are going to be the ones that do that. What am I doing? I already picked up the item. I need to check. Okay, I got the item. You can tell I haven't played in a while, or just feel a bit off today when I have to check the item. Since this is a boss, we should use this for extra safety, not like we need it. Whatever the strategy was, by the way, it worked out a lot better. Simply because Twilight Midna's a better character than the other two were. Like, Tiggle's decent, but has some really slow attack patterns. Lana's spear is arguably one of the worst weapons in the entire game, so didn't really want to use either of them, so being able to deal with it that way made it a lot easier. And also, Twilight Midna is one of the best characters in general now. Yeah. If you wonder why I upped her to level 80, I noticed that the opponents were taking a lot of damage when at level 60, so I opted to go for level 80 instead. Because it would be a bit easier. Oop, that's what I get for not using this first. Use my strong attack finally. That was convenient. That was convenient of Skull Kid to do that little attack for me. Okay, now this gets a little bit more interesting. What's funny is that one other attack didn't do much. And then the attack before that, or that, where I did like, the thing, did more. So you know what, I'm gonna use that again. I'm gonna use Fairy Magic, because that did a ton of damage to him. Let's use that one more time and then just strut attack him to death, or not. Still alive. Now he's dead. Well, that was pretty simple. Of course, it helps that I have the level 2 weapons and not the level 1 weapons, which would make it take even longer. It is doable. I've seen people do it before, but I went through the Great Sea map just to make this part slightly easier. And it is helping out a little bit. Alright, so now she has her weapon, which is nice. Alright. 2-for-1 sale started. Time to use like compasses for some items. This is the main one I actually want to get rid of over here. When you trade stuff in 2-for-1, you actually get 2 golden items per trade, which is really nice to get. Oh yeah, that's right, we forgot about this one. I'm not going to necessarily progress up to here all the way, but I will first check to see if this is a good one. Oh! Interesting, it's limited to Ganondorf. Oh, and it's this one. Remember that Cyclone Slate we were collecting from all the other levels? Well, now we can use it. So if you ever see enemies get not revealed, the cycle state is used to reveal them. Okay, good. We don't even have to use Ganondorf anyway. Alright. This is another one of those freebie ones. Darn it, did the trick again. Okay, well, now we have to thwart the super. Oh, it's not even a regular mode. What am I thinking? We just have to take out the captains. Oh yeah, this will be an easy level 4 weapon for Toon Zelda to get. That means we can just do our other weapons while she already has the 4+ weapon. Who needs the level 3 weapon when you could just get this instead? Oh. That is not the character I want to use, though. Well, I guess this is sort of a main duel. We have two of the biggest villains in this game working together to defeat all these enemies. I will say, once you get through the main part of it, this 4+ weapon grind goes much considerably faster than you initially anticipate. And once I actually activate the Turn of the Field grind, things will get a lot better. The reason why I want to get there so fast is because it's the best level grind spot in the game, and there's no reason not to skip it at this point. There's just so much you can do there. Just looking at it, by the way, from a regular part, Toon Sandlot looks like kind of a weak weapon, but I actually like it. I think when I saw it used for the tiny bit I did use it for, I think it is pretty unique in an individual way. I'm just kind of surprised that you don't see more of that. With that in mind, I may have to intentionally use that on one level. Probably an easier level, maybe on like a green level that isn't as bad. Because I want to show off the full power of that weapon a bit more. Nice, we took them both out together. My strength was not enough. And yeah, I think that worked really good. Most of them were darkness element anyways, light element anyways, so this worked out really well. And now we get the other big fight in the game, or actually pretty interesting fight in the game. So the reason why I say interesting fight in the game is because we're about to come up to the last of the giant bosses. This is the main reason why we're coming here, in addition to the other stuff we attained up here, is so that we can find the giant boss up here, because to unlock and stop the Phantom Hourglass from doing its dumb thing, we have to beat 2 specific battles on the map, and this is the other one. There's one on each side of the map. One of them was easy because we needed to get it for a 4+ weapon anyways, so. What's funny is this isn't like the other one, but it is still a big beast. It's the imprisoned, though. Okay, nice. We can use whoever we want. Now that we have a better water character, Impa is very, very tempting to use in this, but I'm just gonna use Shiketsuya for the most part. And drop down Toon Zelda as the last character so we can get her heart piece from here. Where is she? There she is. And we need to also make sure she's using the right weapon, in case we do happen to use her, so we'll swap to Wrecker Sword Plus. Not just Wrecker Sword Plus, that is. And now, the only reason I'm doing this is because, well, to be honest, there are lots of weapons in the middle area where we're going, so of course we need that. South Entrance Keep is all the way down middle. This time around, I'm not as interested in taking out the captains unless they're absolutely needed, like that one, for instance, is needed. So, you know what? I'm just gonna leave that keep, since we didn't KO it. That was mostly just to take out the other troops, by the way. Okay, if you're coming there, that's kind of convenient, because I could take out our troops near here. Okay, our blue character should take that now, if we didn't already take it before. One big thing that I sometimes struggle with doing this, it's kind of funny to say it now, because is that I often take every keep still. Of course, I just mentioned in a specific setup saying how I would try and become a bit better by not taking every single keep, but to be fair, when you need certain KOs, sometimes you will go for some keeps. That doesn't mean I'm taking out all of them, it just means I'm taking out some of them because I need the KOs. And of course, because taking them out forces the troops to funnel towards those areas, making them more difficult to, giving them a bigger difficulty getting to their spot. Also, we need a boss key anyways, which I think is in the one we left. But right now we need, that's less of our focuses right now. Right now our focus is getting to actual stuff. I'm getting rid of that one just to get rid of the barrier, by the way. The character I actually want is all the way down here. We don't need to take this, so we'll just hit this for the food. Which was thankfully really quick. Kind of weird that all the troops kind of just despawn before our eyes. Alright. Okay, now we'll swap. Just as I thought, the one that I needed was up there. At least it was convenient enough to where we could still get to it kind of quickly. And now the rogue forces have become absolutely weaker. Since I only get one use of this, I'm going to use Magic Fountain strategically so I can maybe save its second use for if I absolutely need it. And now upon switching here, I won't be able to use any more than one effect. Not like I need another Magic Fountain Plus, though. Okay. I like how they were still able to regroup, by the way. Okay, I already have the effect already. We'll do that. I'm here, Linkle is on the scene. Oh great, now she's out of the effect. Now we have to use this. Okay. Time for a prison boy again. I guess it makes sense that Imprisoned and was his name? Phantom Ganon are the ones casting the boss setups, with one of them actually being the iconic enemy that you fight in the Part 2 anyways. Not necessarily the same, but the enemy from the Wind Waker, which is from the same area as Phantom Hourglass and Spear Tracks, which uses the same cartoon characters from Wind Waker. Or I guess you could just nickname them to whatever you want to call them. And of course we're doing the trick. Oop. So, for those of you who don't know about that trick, if you do that switch before going into a secondary trick setup, you can skip the Imprisoned's animation of him running around and sliveling like a snake, and this causes him to get up right away. This makes taking him out considerably quicker with multiple characters, since you could just use this to very quickly defeat him. Of course, being prisoned, he usually takes 2 hits to kill, but so as long as he does die to it, it's still a pretty quick fight. The only way you can really one-hit him is having his weakness and being incredibly over-leveled, which is probably not going to happen in this Grand Travels map, which is, again, one of the most difficult maps in the game. But now that we have cleared that, which we have done so, we got the gold item we need, so that confirms we got that, everything here. We defeated all the boss giant beasts. The curse cast on the Grand Travels map has lifted. Now you can move to new map squares, and suddenly we warp. This changes a lot of things. One, it allows us to just only need C or B ranks to move on to the other maps. And it opens up 3 new weapons that we can get. One here, and another one over here. For now, we're gonna start here and continue going through, and oh boy, we have a Twilight Minda one. I've been waiting a long time for this. Now, if I remember correctly, Twilight Minda is Light Element. We have a Light Element character, so we're going to use Toon Link on this mission. Oh, and while we're here, let's not do other stuff. Let's drop this for the heck of it. I forgot to mention that there's a special boost for getting every single, oh, rather, it's a badge, rather. It's a special, item badge or whatever. Oh, medal, rather. To get it, you have to use every single apothecary mixture in the entire game, which can be kind of difficult to remember considering not all of them even become available necessarily on in the game. Now, because Toon Link is pretty strong against Twilight Minda, that's the only reason why I picked him, so he would be slightly stronger against her. Is because it'll make this mission way easier. I don't know if I really need to take out the Rally Captain, but I still do that anyways because I prefer to deal with it that way. Again, because of all the knockbacks and other stuff that might happen, more often than not, it's best to first defeat all the other enemies first, just so you could split them up more conveniently. And then beyond that, you kind of just want to use magic on them. In all of the decisive battle missions, Focus Spirit is very effective and can be really good at doing other stuff. So is stuff that I really That's the attack I was trying to get off because that is the best AoE as far as I'm aware, though we don't really need that when we could just use Combo 2 to take out everything. And we got some good food drops as well. That's nice. Oh, we got quite a bit actually. Although we didn't use a food drop, we still got a lot of food, which is very convenient because we need a lot of food for our fairies anyways. Alright. Okay, I actually have a new idea for stuff. Other than the bosses now, which I might turn on a bit prematurely, I might start turning off character animations once I get through certain things, because I've seen so many darn character animations that I do not want to show all the intros all again. If you want to see character intros, there's always a different videos you can probably watch on YouTube. As far as I'm aware though, I've sewn off pretty much every intro I can get at the moment. Oh, this one. Isn't this one Forced True Soul as well? I can make this work, but I do not want to use Link's weak Fire Rod, that's for sure, which means time for another Golden Train, which will then allow us to get the weapon up top as well. So we'll do that. And with this, we can now defeat this character. We're still going to use Link, but we're not going to use his weak weapon. We're going to use our favorite, our big boy. Not Master Sword, actually. I say that as a joke. We're actually using the Dark Magic Sword. And yes, that's the only reason I swapped to that, is so I could use the Dark Magic Sword, because screw using the Fire Rod, it is one of the worst weapons in the game. I did try to use it a little bit, but the rest of the weapon makes it really cool. Or at least I thought it was one of the worst weapons in the game until I discovered it had a pretty decent AoE attack. Beyond that, that's all it does have. And from the looks of it, it's the Horde again. Of course, with Link being close to 255, this is going to be very easy to deal with. Okay, we need to take East Rome, which we thankfully did really quickly. Boss key is in Central Hall, so all of the middle keeps have something, so it looks like we're going to be taking all 3 of the middle keeps this time, which is going to be a bit interesting. Advantage. Out of all the ones, funnily enough, for these Horde missions, the Water Temple is actually the most obnoxious one, because they have one of the shortest walkways normally to the enemy captains, which is not that good. Because I'm probably gonna end up facing them there, I could just save a bit of time and not take that and save it for later. Because I'm gonna have to take... Oh, great. Yeah, I ran into an invisible wall there for some reason. I'm not sure what happened there, but that was probably just bullcrap. And yeah, I'm not worried. With 2 plus 50, this is gonna be done in lightning pace. The biggest problem really is actually dealing with the full Horde. I've already dealt with the magic stash troops, so we should be fine with that. I'm gonna use a spin or 2, since they're really close. Out of all the attacks, Link's strong attack with his sword is probably one of the best in the entire game. It's so gosh darn quick, and it has some of the best range of any strong attacks. Oh, I think I got the item I needed. Yeah, sure enough, that pot. Yeah, I was trying to kill those guys. Finally got them taken out. Oh, hello. Now Tetra suddenly popped in. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can go near here next. It's still gonna be a little bit before Link gets to 255. We'll probably see him at 255 before sooner or later than later. Because of us having to do other stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to use this time to take the Central Hall, since I need to use it as a strategy setup to take out the Horde anyways. May as well take this while I'm still here. And yes, that saves us a lot of pain. And even though with Fire Rod we can actually still win just as easily due to a higher level, I just hate having to deal with anything that requires a Fire Rod, especially on a map where you could just completely skip having to deal with that. There's just no point in doing anything else. My power is close to 255, and because this is one of the later maps, I still got hit pretty big. Not that I'm worried, we should be fine as long as we don't take an embarrassing amount of damage. Okay. Now we go for the commander. Just as I thought, by the way. I looked back, and just as I thought, I think me spinning in that one keep is what broke the pot open, which is why it was open already. We have Boat Boy again. I haven't shown off his animation much. May as well show it off once before I take these out for good, that is. That's like how he just mysteriously turns into a kid out of nowhere. Because he is the King of Red Irons after all, if you get what I mean. Well, that was quick. Okay, he took him out really quick. Now we need to deal with whoever the boss is, which I kind of forgot. Oh, Wait, now I remember. It's this jerk. It's Goma. I say jerk kind of inconveniently because Goma is one of the easiest bosses in this section, but in Ganon's Fury mode or whatever, he is probably the most annoying boss to deal with in the entire game, in that mode in particular. Classic. Of course I don't have magic anywhere to deal with. I'm very unlucky, so I'll have to use this instead. The reason why I say he's easy is because until you do a decent amount of damage to him, he will always do that same attack every single time. He never does anything else. Of course, Ron's Sword Link has a clear problem of, because he can't do as much damage to the weak point break, he needs to actually use specials. One of the only characters that literally, no matter what you do, even with what seems to be the best strategy, you just can't break his weak point fast enough on almost all of the bosses. So you have to use specials to delay animation so that you can take him out. Of course, I know lots of characters need to use specials to do stuff, but usually they have a way of insta-killing giant bosses to get the weak point break in quote-unquote one cycle without having to deal with that problem. Unfortunately, Link with White Sword is not one of them. Night Sword, whatever you want to call it. Alright. Oh, I just realized we are almost out of time, and oh, we need this, and guess I'll put this on while we're still here. Alright, with that, we are done with this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.